Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The Lakers need to win Game 3 against the Minnesota Timberwolves to regain home court advantage. Coach J.J. Redick has stated that he has defensive plans to contain the Minnesota Timberwolves' three-point shooting. We expect Austin Reaves to take over as the third star and return to playing like he did in the regular season. And there was also news that LeBron James is playing injured, which is why he hasn't had great performances. Is it worth LeBron James playing with an injury? What if he gets worse and the Lakers qualify for the Western semifinals and he has to sit out? It would be better for him to save himself by sitting out today's game and recovering to be healthy for the rest of the season. Losing LeBron James in the final stretch will be a hard blow for the Lakers. If the players are healthy, the Lakers have a powerful offensive potential with the Doncic Reaves-LeBron trio. Breaking news: LeBron James is playing injured. The latest Lakers injury updates in the NBA playoffs. The Los Angeles Lakers and Minnesota Timberwolves will go head-to-head on Friday night in Game 3 of their playoff series. LA took care of business in Game 2, defeating the Timberwolves 94-85. The Lakers received 2 injury updates heading into Game 3, via the NBA injury report. Maxi Kleber remains out due to right foot surgery recovery. Meanwhile, Rui Hachimura will wear a face mask but is available for the game. Hachimura was hit in the face during Game 2, and he will wear the mask as a precaution. Hachimura is available, though, which is important to say the least. Rui Hachimura's impact on Lakers. The 27-year-old forward averaged 13.1 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game during the regular season. Hachimura, who played in 59 games overall, also shot 50.9% from the field and 41.3% from beyond the arc. Through 2 postseason games against the Timberwolves up to this point, Hachimura is recording per-game averages of 10 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 1.0 assists. He does not always receive much attention with superstars such as LeBron James and Luka Doncic on the team, but the Lakers understand how crucial Hachimura's play has been. This is a Lakers team with serious championship aspirations. Reaching the NBA Finals is going to be difficult given the talent in the Western Conference, but Los Angeles is going to be a team to closely watch throughout the postseason. Of course, defeating the Timberwolves is the Lakers' primary focus at the moment. Minnesota is not going to back down in the series. It would not be shocking to see this series end up lasting at least 6 games, and it certainly could end up reaching a 7th contest. Game 3 is scheduled to begin at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Minnesota as the Lakers look to take a 2-1 lead in the series. Perhaps Rui Hachimura can help LA get the job done once again on Friday night. Lakers LeBron James has 2-word response to nagging injuries. Los Angeles Lakers superstar forward LeBron James and his team are set for Game 3 of the first round against the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday. The Lakers will look to take a 2-1 series lead and regain home court advantage on the road. It won't be easy, as the Timberwolves have proven they are an opponent who can give LA fits. We've seen it through 2 games in the series, and LA will look to impose its will, similar to what they did at the start of Game 2. The player who set the tone was none other than James. He was vocal and played tough physical defense, leading to LA's strong start. His offense, on the other hand, has been mediocre by his standards. Many have questioned whether James is healthy enough for this series and possibly beyond. That's still in question, but as for his status prior to Game 3, he appears to be fine, or at least available for the contest. "I'm available today," said James. James may be on the court, but it is clear that he is not himself, at least not the player we saw before his groin injury in early March against the Boston Celtics. James missed 7 games due to his groin injury. The 40-year-old returned in late March and played in 12 of the final 13 games of the season. In that span, while he's been on the course, it is clear that he is limited in some way, shape, or form. We have yet to see James' burst that we've become accustomed to, and while he is 40 years old, many believe it has more to do with the groin injury. It is undoubtedly hampering in some way, but as long as he can play, he certainly will. Through 2 games in the series, James has averaged 20.0 points per game, 8.0 rebounds, 5.0 assists, and 2.0 blocks while shooting 43.2% from the field and 20% from beyond the arc in 38.0 minutes of action. Those numbers so far are way below his playoff averages. In 289 playoff games, James averages 28.4 points, 9.0 rebounds, and 7.2 assists. While age and injury have not helped James thus far, he appears to be good enough to go this series and possibly beyond. Luka Doncic makes bold statement before Timberwolves-Lakers Game 3. On Friday evening, the Los Angeles Lakers and Minnesota Timberwolves will face off at the Target Center for Game 3 of their first-round playoff series. The series is currently tied up at 1-1. Following their Game 1 loss, the Lakers rebounded to win Game 2 by a score of 94-85. Luka Doncic finished the victory with 31 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists and 1 block while shooting 9 of 20 from the field and 2 out of 8 from the three-point range in 42 minutes of playing time. After the win, he made a bold statement about Game 3 Minnesota. Doncic, hat tip Spectrum Sportsnet. They have amazing fans, and they are very loud. It's us against the whole arena. Me and Braun, leaders of the team, we gotta keep the team together. Going into Minnesota, it's gonna be a war. The fans gonna be cheering like crazy. No matter what, we can't panic. Despite getting traded in the middle of the season, Doncic has looked good with the Lakers. He helped the team finish the regular season as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference with a 50-32 record. On the road, the Lakers have gone 19-22 in the 31 games they have played away from Los Angeles. Last season, Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks beat the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. Via Luka updates, Doncic has now scored 27 or more points in 14 consecutive playoff games, the longest active streak in the NBA. The achievement also ties him for the 3rd longest streak in league history, alongside NBA legend Wilt Chamberlain, and notably surpasses his teammate LeBron James. Luka Doncic's LeBron James message surfaces before Game 3. It's only been 2 games, but the Los Angeles Lakers have had a wide-ranging playoff experience so far against the Minnesota Timberwolves. After losing Game 1 of the first round 117-95 on Saturday, they won Game 2 94-85 on Tuesday. Luka Doncic was effective as usual in both contests, leading the Lakers with 37 points and 8 rebounds in Game 1 along with 31, 12, and 8 assists in Game 2. Meanwhile, LeBron James rebounded from a middling 19-point, 5-rebound performance in Game 1 with a 21-point, 11-rebound, and 7-assist effort on Tuesday. Doncic opened up about his chemistry with James on long outlet passes. "I know what he's going to do. He's going to beat his defender and I just throw it up there. It's not hard." Doncic threw a 50-foot heave to James over Mike Conley's head to set up an open layup halfway through the first quarter on Tuesday. Rob Pelinka praises Luka Doncic's work ethic since joining Lakers. Luka Doncic has been a member of the Los Angeles Lakers for almost 3 months now, after general manager Rob Pelinka secured a blockbuster deal with the Dallas Mavericks to land the 26-year-old Slovenian superstar. And in that time, Doncic has already made a huge impact on the Lakers franchise and the fans, making them instantly competitive in the championship race in 2025. One of the reasons the Mavericks opted to move on from Doncic is they reportedly felt that he did not have the work ethic to lift a team to a championship, despite them being in the NBA Finals last season. It was one of many baffling sentiments coming out of the Mavericks organization in the wake of the trade. And it's why Pelinka's comments about Luka before Game 2 of their first-round series against the Minnesota Timberwolves have an extra meaning to them. The Lakers' president of basketball operations spoke about Doncic and the many reasons why he's loved what he's seen so far, via Spectrum Sportsnet. "He's an illusionist. He does things on the basketball court that you don't think are real. So you've got to show up to see it. You might see an online video or you might hear a legendary story, but until you're here in the building seeing it live, you're like, how did he do that? So, I'll tell you, he's been a great leader, in the gym every day, working hard at his craft. Obviously, you can't be one of the best players in the world without putting in the work. So it's been good to see him at Health South, at our practice facility, the UCLA Health Training Center, putting in the work on a nightly basis to be great on the court for our fans. Pelinka seems to be very intentional here, calling out how much he appreciates Doncic's work ethic. It's a drastically different tone from the one his previous team had on his way out the door. It also is simply a fact about Luka, that he is committed to the craft and does things on a basketball court that simply don't feel real. It's why the Lakers are in for a potentially very bright future with Doncic being handed the keys to the franchise. Luka Doncic knows that the Lakers are in for 2 difficult games against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis, as he played there during the Western Conference Finals last season. In order for LA to have success, Doncic believes it's on him and LeBron James to keep the team together. Rich Paul doesn't see Lakers star Luka Doncic as next face of NBA. LeBron James has been the face of the NBA for a decade at this point. While he shared the spotlight with Steph Curry at times, he's been the most talked about basketball player for a very long time. The Los Angeles Lakers star is 40 now and likely facing retirement in the next year or two. There's been a lot of speculation about who will eventually replace James as the face of the NBA. Nikola Jokic is the best player, but he doesn't have enough personality. The league seems to want Anthony Edwards to take the mantle, but he may just not be good enough. He's a great player, but the face of the league is typically a top 3 player. James' agent and CEO of Clutch Sports, Rich Paul, doesn't think that anybody will truly be the face of the NBA once James retires. When you get paid a lot of money, that can't be the end-all, be-all. I think the care for the game, the approach, the professionalism, how you conduct yourself matters, Paul said on a previous episode of the Pat McAfee Show. The things within the game and the integrity that you carry matters. The league can be whatever the players want it to be. I think the league has to be looked at as a partner, it can't just be looked at as a bank, and I've said that before several times, and I also say that to my guys. There's a responsibility and accountability that comes with being a professional athlete. It's even a higher level of that comes with being a star or a budding star or one of the legendary guys in the league. I know we had that face of the league conversation, and I don't think there's going to be a next face of the league. I think there'll be a community, just like it was when Jordan left in '98, it became a community. So I think we should embrace that. It's not naming somebody, if it becomes one face then that's because that person earned it, but I think it's multifaceted. But I look forward to it. I'm really just enjoying a lot of these guys, and I'm glad they're getting their flowers, but I do want them to remember there is a responsibility. Some days you have to play hurt, everyone's not 100% when you get to this part of the season. I think the league is in a good spot, they got the TV deal done. I think there's some things we can improve on, like everything else in life. None of us are perfect, we're all under construction, so it's just a matter of how we want to improve. Underscore 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 underscore. Why not Luka Doncic? One obvious candidate to be the next face of the NBA is Luka Doncic. He's arguably one of the 3 best players in the world, he plays with a lot of swagger, and he's now the best player on one of the league's premier teams. That said, the Lakers would need to win the championship in the next 2 years for that to be solidified. Even then, it doesn't sound like Paul is buying that idea. Lakers need to retake home court advantage. The Lakers head into Game 3 of the first round of the playoffs tied at 1-1 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Los Angeles lost home court advantage in Game 1, and they'll have to pick up a win on the road in Minnesota. Winning on Friday would give the Lakers control of the series, so Game 3 is going to be a big one. Timberwolves' genius game plan for LeBron James in playoffs revealed. The Los Angeles Lakers and Minnesota Timberwolves have split the opening 2 games of their first-round playoff series. The Lakers were blown out 117-95 in Game 1 but bounced back with a 94-85 win in Game 2. This is the first playoff series that LeBron James and Luka Doncic are playing together, and while the latter has fared well, the same can't necessarily be said about the former. Doncic is averaging 34.0 points, 10.0 rebounds, 5.0 assists, 1.0 steals and 0.5 blocks per game in this series. He has also shot 50% from the field and has been the Lakers' best defensive player by a distance. James, meanwhile, is averaging 20.0 points, 8.0 rebounds, 5.0 assists, 1.5 steals and 2.0 blocks per game while shooting 43.2% from the field. The 21-time All-Star has impressed on defense, but has been far from his best on offense. James' struggles have contributed to the Lakers failing to score 100 points in either of the first two games. The Timberwolves have managed to limit his scoring thus far, and that's not by accident. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, the Timberwolves had designed a specific game plan for James in the lead-up to this series. The goal? Limit transition opportunities and make him play in the half-court so that he eventually wears down. When Minnesota secured the number 6 seed and locked in a first-round matchup with LA, one of the specific aims of the Wolves' game plan, sources told ESPN, was to limit James in transition, believing that if they force him to work in half-court sets, he could tire over the course of a long series. McMenamin shared that James has only scored 2 points, in total, in transition in this series, after averaging 6.0 per game in the regular season. The Timberwolves' strategy is to have two players rush back to the other end after every miss, while one sticks to James.